I forgot. Oh man, it's really bad, Gabby. Emo brain is the worst. Forgot. Request. This, this is Waloy, sorry, it's Waloy speaking. Waloy speaking. Gabby, I also make you a co-host. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Hi, Gabby. Who's Waloy? Walo, YGG. Is that you, John? Who are you? Sorry. Are you a speaker? You're not a speaker. Bernie is a speaker. I'm inviting you to speak. Bernie. Ah, you're a member. Sorry, this is for speakers only for now. Hi, yeah. There will be Mike. Are you a speaker? Or do you wanna ask questions later? Because I don't know. I wasn't too clear if you also want to be a speaker. But if you do, that is, or you're just here, you're here to ask questions later. We will have a Q&A portion after the questions for the speakers. So let me know. But now we have our speakers, two speakers, Gabby, Dizon, and Bernie. So like I shared from the shared with you guys, we do have, as the host, we do have that's just our, we don't want people like firing questions left and right. We want people to enjoy the discussion first. So, are you gonna be a speaker, Mike? You wanna be a speaker or later?
Yes, I already requested for speaker
Okay,
on
so
Twitter Space.
speaker. So, just clarifying.
Good. It's good now.
Good. Yeah. So, hello, good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Joey Alarilla Live. I'm your host, Joey Alarilla, and I'm head of content of an AI startup called Cortex, which makes it easier for people to use AI as a tool for creating Web3 solutions. Okay, really kind of pivoted from Gabby, right? 2022, it was more about helping blockchain game developers easily automate stuff, uh, not just blockchain games, but people want NFTs, so very 2022, crypto interiors. So that's it about me. Uh, Gabby, you could let them know about yourself, about your company.
Thanks, Joey. It's good to see you again. So my name is Gabby Dizon, co-founder of YGG. I started YGG around 4 years ago, and now we help bring our Web3 community into different games from all over. We started with our communities playing games in Axie Infinity, and now we can see us uh, playing the best games in Web3, whether it's Pixels or Parallel or Guild of Guardians. Yeah, you can find us playing these games. And we now have our questing programs.
Yes.
Currently live is
Hold
the
on. That is
Guild Advancement Program. Mhm.
That's so awesome, man. And Bernie, man, this dude. Did you know I shared what you did for me on Twitter and on Facebook, basically? Because I was, you know, I, I was stuck during the verification process. With this guy, fixes everything and like, you know how it is. You know the difference between DeFi and TradFi. Imagine if this had been HSBC. Actually, I tried your, your AI, HAL, your
Yes.
website. And I said, will be faster, HAL or just go to Twitter? Then Hal told me, "What do you want, Joey?" I said, "I want a human." "Okay, Joey, you will have to wait a while." 5 minutes later, "Hal, I am still waiting." And then I messaged stable, and then you answered as sorry, as stable's money, right? And I said, "I'm really sorry about that." Boom, patas, boom. And I'm like,
So,
you're even faster than the AI. The AI I was still waiting 17 minutes later. You solved it. And I was saying, oh my God, I love these guys so much. So I started, tweeting you. I told, do you know Jams? That's Web3 was the one who recommended you during our last space. And I said, that's so cool. So now they're going to have a master card and everything. I was going to do it anyway. And I'm really sorry. I found out, oh, I'm doing this for, gonna be doing it because you have an ambassador program. I didn't think twice. I applied. Alam mo naman, James Harris applied. And I hope you don't sound arrogant, but I said, no, you don't have to pay me. If you can, please call me brand ambassador because I don't want to be an influencer who gets paid to tweet without disclosing. I just want to be called your ambassador because I love the product. I'm a happy customer. And then I know whatever swag you have, I'm not gonna say no to shirt. I used to Yahoo, and I used to be a journalist. That's nothing. You get Twitter shirts and everything. So I'm not pressuring you. I'm just saying I'm not that kind of person. When I love something, I just tweet about it, not because you paid me. And Gabby knows this. I've never done any of these things. And kaya natatawa ako, people say, and I'm really sorry, I'm kind of eating my words now. Kasi sabi ko, I've never wanted to be an influencer. But apparently, being authentic online. I'm not saying that. But anyway, enough about it. Basta, you're so awesome, man.
you're also Joy.
Awesome, man.
Thank you for the kind words and thank you
No,
for
no.
having me here today.
Sorry, you're kind of
I,
copy, but yeah, it's okay, I guess.
can you hear me?
Yeah, it's just coming across as. Are you like you need to refresh according to John? Just to refresh the stream. Because it's kind of breaking up, but just refresh it, the stream. Because you're good on Twitter audio. Or yeah, mute the phone. Like I forgot to mute the phone earlier. So there will be no echo. But man, Gabby. Kasi sabi nila, ano ba yung stable na yun? Sabi ko, kayo, pag HSBC, hanapan ko kayo kung ano-ano. Meron po silang voice password. I'm not trying to diss our dami nating friends sa banking. But it's a clear difference, the kind of service.
Can
So,
you guys hear me?
yeah,
Is this better?
it's better, much better.
Awesome. I was just trying to say thank you for all the kind words, Joy, and thank you for having me here. It's good to see a few familiar faces. Gabby,
Mm.
good to see you again. Michael as well. And Joy, good to finally meet you in person.
Oh man,
And Bernie, co-founder of Stables, also customer support extraordinaire.
I know,
I
right?
think it's very important to make sure that
Extraordinary.
a customer they get good support. And just quickly a stable, what we do is we just like making sure that we building fast, safe, and affordable stablecoin payments for all. That's basically our mission. We recently launched in the Philippines, and we're super happy to be supporting the Filipino communities and the gamers community into accessing quick and easy stablecoins to fiat rails.
Oh wow, we have so many people. YG, huh? So the next question is, wait, where are my notes? I need notes now. Um, Telegram. Oh yeah, my first question is for all three of you. Okay, in layman's terms, and this is always tricky, right? is Web3? How would you describe Web3? Because people ask this a lot. What's Web3? Didn't even know there was a Web2 because they don't know social media is considered Web2.
Mike should be able to answer this.
Good.
Yeah, thank you, Joey, for having me, and hi, Gabby, and hi, Bernie. Hold on. Yeah, no, I was on mute. No. So again, thank you, Gab, thank you, Bernie, and thank you, Joey, for having me
So
here.
great to
So
see you again. The last time I saw you was pre-cancer.
at the YGG Summit, at the
Yeah,
YGG Summit, yeah.
I didn't know. Yun na pala yun. I've been suffering those symptoms for since November 2022. And I was so happy I got to see you guys because that was the second ever last trip I've ever had abroad. I went to Bangkok after that. But it's nothing. I was just so happy to see you guys. I-ignore ko yung pain. I haven't met you in person pa kasi. Tapos syempre, reunion with Gabby. Tapos sina JV Rufino, or Extra, and Level Up. I used to work with. So yeah, man. This is awesome seeing you guys again here. So you're saying, sorry, Web
Thank you,
three.
Joey, for that. Thank you for the kind words. Now, but yeah, Web3, I think it is more about creating like a more user-controlled, decentralized
Yes.
internet. I think because
Agree.
we know about Web 1, which is just read only, and then there's the Web 2, which is the read and write. Uh,
Yeah.
this is buti na lang, I just read a very particular book, no, the Read Write book by Chris
Sounds
Dixon
good.
just before this webcast.
Ah,
So
yeah, that's good.
and of course, using blockchain technology as the underlying
Mm.
meaning the technology under it, where people have more,
Mm.
ownership and control over our digital assets and
Mm.
of course our digital lives as well. So
Mm.
that's how I will describe Web3 in layman.
How about anybody else? Wanna take a stab at it?
Yeah, I'll take a crack at it. I think for Web3, there's this notion of digital property rights, which means
Your,
being
your,
able to own
Sorry,
things
Gab, your
on the
edit.
internet.
Is there like
What's that?
may feedback, Gabby? Meron ba hindi nakamute something? Or,
I'm not sure.
yeah,
Yeah, can you hear me fine?
there's an echo, unlike kanina. Si Mike, walang echo, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure about.
Okay,
Never had a dual setup like this before, but yeah, for me, like Web3 is just the notion of having digital property rights or having or being able to own your own assets online. I think yeah, that's it for me, and I think Mike covered it pretty well with being able to read write on.
sige, I'm turning my audio down. Is it me, Gabby?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Oh yeah, my audio was way out loud. Okay, better now. Well, yeah. Metal kasi. Anyway, go. Um, is that, how about Birdie? Sorry, medyo casual sa Twitter. What's
Yeah, I
Web
mean,
for you,
from
Birdie?
my end, I think is very much. I think like Michael and Gabby, they're probably like the godfathers of Web3 and been in the space in a while. So definitely think they give a great definition and almost mental framework. The way that I think about it is just more so around the freedom on transacting.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really, and like really this is very topical for us as stable, but it's like, the ability to be really in control of your own money, what is your digital asset, what is your stable coins, and really have control over
Hmm.
how do you do it without any middlemen that need to come in between to make sure that you can actually go from A to B. And that's really
Mm-hmm.
like, I think like, so I would say freedom to transact is really, for me, the definition of Web3.
Mm-hmm. It's good, man. Okay, now my next question. So everybody's answered the question, what is Web3? What's your story when it comes to discovering Web3? Anybody can begin.
Yeah, I can start. Yeah, so my story comes from being the world of video games. So I've
Hmm.
been a video game developer for a long time, around
Hmm.
20 years now. And we've always created economies inside video games. And when
Hmm.
I discovered Ethereum and smart contracts in 2017, I was really fascinated by the notion that you can actually program real value inside of games. So the assets that you can buy and sell inside games could actually have real world value, and that's what draw me in. And
Mm,
from there, studying smart contracts, I got to learn about CryptoKitties and NFTs, and from there joined the Axie community. And yeah,
mm.
that's how I got started in this space.
Okay. So Axie. How about you, Mike?
Yeah. Hold on. So yeah, when we started at Bitpinas, which was in 2017, so that was a bull market. Remember, when Bitcoin was around 20,000, that was the peak at the time, and then it went downhill from there.
Hmm.
But generally, that's where I first started knowing more about Bitcoin and more into crypto kind of thing and more of the financial thing. So but when we look at when you're going to ask me about Web3,
Hmm.
how I first learned about it, it is because of this particular event that Gabby organized in
Hmm.
2018, which is the Game Fest Asia. I think
Hmm.
2018. That was the first time that I have met people like Jiho from
Hmm.
Axie, and
Of
there
course.
were not a lot of people back then, no.
I
And
know,
then
right?
there were also another meetup. I think a year later, also not a lot of people, but that is where I learned more about this thing called Web3, the idea that you can actually own the digital or the digital files per se, or the digital assets that you that are just on the internet. Kasi 'di ba,
Hmm.
before Web3, the idea is that once it is there, anybody can duplicate it, and that's the reason why, 'di ba, when it comes to music, when we purchase an iPhone, it is just licensed to us. We actually do not own it. So
Hmm. I
through
know,
those
right?
particular events by Gabby and all those other Web3 events that
Hmm.
happened, and then Axie happened in 2020. We are one of the first to actually cover it
I know, man.
very
Nobody
at
believed in
that
it
time.
before.
So that's where I learned more about Web3, and now we are continuing to cover it, and just continue to cover what's in store for us here in the Philippines.
How about who wants to answer next?
I'll
Bernie?
next. Yeah, I mean, I find it funny that Gabby mentioned the crypto kitties. I remember those days when
Oh,
there
yeah.
was the
Thanks for
meme
that.
and he stuffed up Ethereum completely. Like it was unusable for days. So like I think like the way that I came about Web3 more in general was I think like back in 2015 when all these ICOs craze kind of started. And I found it like extremely interesting that and a bit scary as well at the same time that you
Hmm.
could just spend some like these weird, cryptographic tokens that like nobody really believed they have any value or not into, random smart contract and
Mm-hmm.
then potentially get some added token out and like,
Hmm.
funding some entrepreneurs. So that's really how I came about, almost like it was like the pre-craze of the ICO and like just the concept and, the capacity for people around the world to be able to pool capital, fund startups, and like build things completely, segregated and separated from the real world. I was like, oh my God, there's something happening here. And like, I definitely want to be part of it. And yeah, then it's been,
Yeah.
a long journey since.
It's so weird. I already muted it, but anyway. How about you, Gabby?
Well, I already answered. So
It's
yeah, you
basically
already
it,
heard it.
right?
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what year did you first?
17 actually. Yeah.
Yeah, the same thing for me, and you know how? Because that was the year I was already in banking, and I found out you can buy Bitcoin at 7-Eleven. And my fellow bankers were saying, Bitcoin? Bakit ang nerd mo? Ano ba yung Bitcoin? And so, of course, I was explaining to them, you have this. Kaya ako sentimental kasi my wallet was coins.ph. So, di ba, pupunta ka ng ano, you just pay sa 7-Eleven, they give you Bitcoin para dun sa... And the bankers were going, you were so not unthreatened. Bitcoin? Stupid piece of so. Saka before, of course, you had all these things, scams happening. Netflix even had this Basta maraming mga ano about Bitcoin and all that. Obviously, we've moved far, far beyond Bitcoin. Pero it was really frustrating because that's precisely why crypto started, di ba? Because of yung Swift, and hanggang ngayon hindi ko maintindihan how Western Union justifies yung remittance. It was really like, why am I not allowed to withdraw my own money? Meron ba? So yun, di ba? I was so natatawa na it's the banking industry which should be disrupted that was dismissing it. They did not realize the power of blockchain. Of course, back then it was DeFi and DeFi. What's DeFi? But here we are now. Everybody wants to be a digital bank, or everybody wants. Actually, e-wallets are disrupting all this. Yeah. And my next question is, and let me know if you want to add something or you want to, change stuff. So, yes. This is for Gabby. What am I doing? Oh no, sorry, for Bernie. What's the stable story? Why?
How much?
No, it's like
How much time do we have?
Well, I'm just curious. When, how, and why did you found stable?
So,
That's basically it.
happy to give you all of those things. Maybe not in the order, but I'll answer
No,
the best I can.
any order. We're very flexible here.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Collaborative.
So yeah, we started Stables in 2021. My background before Stables always been in building consumer finance applications, like in payments, buy now, pay later, personal management, finance. And this is like a product with like tens of millions of customers, interacting and using these platforms. So like big focus on really user experience and how to make like, complex things simple. As I also mentioned before, I was in crypto like on the side. So you can almost like picture a younger Bernie with less gray hairs, just like thinking about crypto with a consumer lens. I was like, hey, if we really want to go to next level and make sure that this type of technology gets adopted, we need somebody that comes and make all these very complicated things simple and usable for everyday people. So,
sorry,
we started.
Sorry, that's what I forgot. When you speak, I forgot to. So they can't hear you. I forgot to. When you answer, could you give me a request to speak so I'll remember? So all this time, Bernie, you were speaking because you never removed the speaker. But I
What you
forgot
mean
to unmute.
on the spaces?
Yeah. So it's okay
I
when
think-
you're talking, but just to nudge me. Oh wait.
Okay. Yeah.
Wait, I'll tell them. It was my bad because I'm really forgetful. Hey, I'm really sorry about that. I kind of forgot because what we're doing right now is we're doing this as well as we have a video right now. So I kind of forgot to unmute them. So yeah, I apologize for that, but I will starting now.
I think Bernie can unmute himself actually.
Yeah, you can all unmute yourself and mute yourself because you're now speakers and co-hosts. So just don't forget to unmute when you're about to speak, because I kind of forgot that one. So I'll also repeat I'll ask the question here with me unmuted so that all can follow the discussion. Really, my apologies for that. Thank you. Who wants to?
All right, yeah.
So I'm gonna keep going. So like the way that we started was really, how can we make, this type of technology that we're very excited about being stable coins, almost the next layer of, like settlement when it comes to like, money transfer and payments. So our thesis when we started was, well, we can really make stable coins mainstream if we solve for user experience. So we kind of combine, our knowledge of call it like blockchain, traditional payments and user experience together to come up with, like Coley at the time, a concept of what stable was V1.
Mhm.
With that was enough for us to go and raise our seed round at the end of December 21, and then we've been busy building since. So now we've been in
Wow,
market
nice, man.
for a year, so to speak, and as I said, we started in Australia, and then we quickly expand into the Philippines. As of
When did
last
you
week, we
open your
also
Philippine presence?
we opened the Philippines. I think it was around probably when did I come to Manila? Was it November? I think, Gabby?
November
Yeah, I
last
think
year.
it was.
That's right. Yeah,
Ah,
at
the
our event.
Yeah,
Philippine
yeah.
Web3 Festival. Was that it?
Yes.
Philippine Web3.
The
No,
YGG.
no,
Yeah, the
no.
Yes, the
YGG
Web3
Summit.
Festival.
Yeah, yeah.
YGG Summit. Ah, so it's really a year. You have like an office
Almost a
since last
year.
year.
We,
Wow.
yeah.
Where did you
And
get your
hopefully
office?
soon we should be able to open up. So right now we only have the payouts function in the Philippines.
Okay.
I think actually as of yesterday we received the good news that we're going to be able to get the paying function.
That's
Whoa.
awesome.
And this is one of the
Awesome,
things that get
man.
me super excited is we should be able to allow the Filipino community to on ramp, for instance, at 7-Eleven with cash, buy stable
That's
coins, and then if
awesome.
they want to go and play, Web3 games or go into DeFi,
That's really cool.
those things.
So it's
Yeah,
not
it's
no
super
longer just
exciting.
Transit Canton in the Philippines, which is the popular now. So okay,
We
that's really
support both sides, yes.
yeah. Um, and then so that's it for what else? What are for Gabby? What's the YGG story? It's like
Okay.
if you
Yeah, so for me, I was already playing Axie
yeah
Infinity. By the time I met Mike 2018, I was already part of the Axie community.
yes
And it was very early on. Not a lot of people knew what NFTs were. But if you remember during the start of the pandemic, a lot of people from the Philippines started playing Axie. I think probably even some of the people here in this audience right
yes
now, because
I'm sure
people were looking for a way to make money during the pandemic. A lot
pandemic
of them were stuck at home looking for a way to make money. And we had some really great community
yes
leaders, people like Kuku, people like Nate,
yeah
who helped onboard a lot of
yeah
Filipinos. And yeah, the story snowballed from there. We had Leah of Infarsis helping to tell the story. We had Mike helping to tell the story. And that's really what led to a lot of people in the Philippines then actually being onboarded into Axie and into Web3 in general. And we saw an opportunity for us to help automate the lending of Axis, or what was known then as the
do
scholarship program. And yeah, that's how we started YGG.
you know that Gabby, and I'm just saying this because I had to fight in the sense that when I was like active in Web3 2022, there's always this notion that play to earn, Axie Infinity destroyed gaming. And there was one time I was the only representative from our side of the world. I was saying, you know, you keep saying it's slave labor, whatever. You don't know. Maybe to you it's like nothing, but the Philippines is one of those emerging economies, and they were just saying, no, it's exploitative. It's not a game. It's grind, and they're just scamming these kids. And you remember I wrote that story um, about the Lola who owned the yeah, that was really touching, man. The video you commissioned Leah and her group do. And I was saying, you don't understand what it is. Yeah, it's so easy for you to say because I play games not to earn money. It's easy to say when you don't need money. So yeah, it's always that notion, like, oh, I'm superior gamer because I don't get paid. So yeah, I just wanted to put it out there because it's really irritating. You were acting as if, oh yeah, because you can waste so much money on skins that don't even have any value, and you think that makes you a better person. And I remember you saying to that person, there was another one who say, well, then maybe third. I forget when it was that. well, maybe people from third world economies like the Philippines can play the NPCs. Remember that? And you said we don't want to be
Yeah,
an
yeah,
NPC.
yeah.
We
I
want to play
remember.
old fucking games. Remember that? So yeah, that's the context, right? And man, they really look down. And of course, obviously, play to earn had its own limitations. It was first gen, di ba? But it helped a lot of people. Nagbago naman ng di ba? Ah, wala, nagbago naman eh. Nagbago naman. So it's so hard. You shouldn't judge, sabi ko. Every freaking when I join yung mga gamer spaces, they go, they're not real gamers, they're traders. And that hurts, di ba? But anyway, that's ko lang. Gabby, three things that make you bullish about Web3 in the Philippines. Sorry, Mike, you wanna talk about Bitpinas? What's your
Okay, so the story. Hold on, I'll just okay. I'm
sure.
not
No
on mute
worries, man.
anymore. So yeah, when we started in 2017, we were actually a team
Hmm.
in the beginning,
Mm-mm.
and we wanted to create like a news website that discusses like crypto news here in the Philippines.
Hmm.
That is tailored to the Filipino audience. So we
Yes.
focus on the local happenings and
When
all.
did Bitpinas
So
start
we
again? I kind of
that
forget.
was in 2017. So
Oh,
around
see?
September, if I remember
2017
correctly.
pa. Oh.
So we saw that as an opportunity. But of course, crypto news site,
Hmm.
especially crypto news websites, their traffic depends on the price of crypto, and it all came crashing down in 2020. No, in March 2020. So the decision was actually like to close the website, and I have to look for a job, etc.
Really?
Yeah. Um, and then I shoot Leah and Nathan of Empress an email asking for a job, and those two people
I
let me
did not know that.
be there with them for a while,
Oo.
and those two people, Leah and Nathan, they actually mentored me to be in the business side
Wow.
of things technically. So making
Oo.
sure that the website Bitpinas remains as a business profitable, making sure that the business side kasi pwedeng we just write and write and that's it,
Yeah.
no? So there's
Yeah.
another side to that. So they have lent their network to me, and the
Wow.
people who I met in the industry prior to 2020, people like Gabby, YGG, have actually lent their power and support to ensure that
Yes.
Bitpinas can continue
Yun talaga si
writing
Gabby
these
kahit nung
particular stories.
sa IQ7 pa. Magkasundo
Ayun,
naman
so
tayo.
that's
Hindi.
the
I
Bitpinas.
hope.
Magkakasunod.
Yung vlog addicts. Anyway. Pero yun, it was really hard. Hindi ko alam. I had no idea. Ganun yung nangyari. So, ayun. So, yun. For each of you, what are the three biggest, three things that make you really bullish about Web3 in the Philippines? Anyone can begin.
Yeah, I guess I can start. One is that there's a lot of good playable content now. So I'll focus on games because it's just
Hmm.
really to even with the road trip that we've had in the last few weeks, you can
Hmm.
see that there's a lot of really good games that are playable.
Hmm.
Second is that our Filipino gamers, our Filipino community is really welcoming for Web3 games. So unlike in other countries where there's a lot of resistance, you really see that the Web3 community, even regular gamers, really are welcoming of these games and are willing to try new things out. And third, I think, is that I think the crypto space, the crypto economy is starting to rebound, and I think we might be in for a good market in the next 12 to 18 months.
So, crypto winter is really over. Parang may part ako na, kasi they were saying, di ba? I mean, I was away for a long time. And apparently, kailan ba nag-end ng crypto winter? Kasi 2022 to 2023, di ba? So, when do you
Yeah,
consider nag-end yung crypto
I think at the end of last year, you could see
end
the
of last
market
year,
starting
December?
to
Okay.
rebound
Good,
already.
good. Guys, sino pa yung gusto dun sa, who else wants to answer? The three, who wants to answer next? The three biggest opportunity, opportunities why you're bullish.
I
Okay,
can go
I think
next.
I can.
Oh,
Okay, Bernie.
Yeah.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
go. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think for us it's like, I mean, I think it's a combination of things. So, I mean, number one is like, the level of adoption that we're currently seeing both from an institutional, but also from a retail level. If you think about like, where crypto adoption started was with crypto natives, and now we're seeing really moving towards the more crypto agnostic phase. So you see like people starting to use stable coins because it's a better, form of payment. People are playing Web3 games because it's a better mechanics to, invest your time into a games.
Yes.
Number two, I think, is the digital remittance market. I think like I'm super bullish into like, now we have this technology that like even like a few years ago probably wouldn't be possible, but now the
That's true.
technology at an infrastructure level has matured so much that now we can actually finally come and build some very beautiful apps on top of the infrastructure layers. And number three, I think is like, for the Philippines specific is, I think it's like a very young country, and, we need countries with young people to understand this
Oh,
type
we
of
do.
technology and appreciate how transformative this is. So I think those
We
are
really
my
do need young
three
people. So I'm really
points.
sorry to say, our bankers are really old. I am considered young back, and I'm fucking old. Kasi they're all ano eh. You know, what? Technology? What? Digital bank? What are those things? What's e-money? What's an e-wallet, Joey? What's a what's Bitcoin? What's a crypto wallet? Lalo na yung crypto wallet, yung idea na yan. I left banking, man. Literally lost my mind. I had mental health issues from working there 2017 to 19. Because they hire you as a judicial person to shake things up, and then they try to box you. I was saying, I'm not doing digital. I'm spending all my time talking to legal and compliance. Do you have a banking background, Bernie? No. Tech.
Uh, I mean, more on the fintech side. So I think I've been
Tech.
never a banker,
Never
more
a
on
bank.
the like younger
How about
generations.
insurance? My very
No, no,
my
no
very first
insurance either.
corporate job was actually in my most high-paying job was actually as a regional digital officer. I was handling 10 markets for Manulife Asia. And I thought it was bad. And then I said, compared to the insurance industry, it's like banking is not, like it's insurance is a paradise compared to banking. Especially what you get is a very, very conservative bank. It's crazy. And it's no wonder people, because the problem nowadays, honestly, guys, is that people don't want to use, they don't want to open. The only thing keeping the banks propped up are the payroll accounts. Most people don't want to open. That's been their dilemma. And of course, if you don't have a certain number of deposits, you can't really offer loans. There's a ratio. That's just I learned from legal and compliance, blah blah. So yeah, that was it. Um, sorry, who was gonna answer next for bullish? Everybody's answered for bullish. How about the things that make you reach top challenges for making Web3 really thrive in the Philippines? What do you think?
Yeah, I can start with that. So there's still a lot of education that needs to happen
Hmm.
before we can really gain mainstream adoption. This is actually one of the top things that we focus on, teaching people, how to use a wallet, why they should use it, why they should want to control their own wallet. So these are still concepts that are not easy for people to understand. So
Hmm.
this is something na kailangan talaga ipaliwanag kung paano gamitin. Second is that I think we're still early on in terms of consumer applications.
Hmm.
So it's actually really nice now that you can have, for example, a well-designed app like Stables. I actually enjoy using Stables. I like the like DGen branding. It actually feels fun to use a wallet,
Yes,
which like almost never happens. So
it's
that is
so
pretty cool.
fun, man. I'm not just saying
uh,
that because you helped me.
yeah,
Gabby, I'm gonna quote you on that. I just took a screen of you saying that.
You can quote
Not
me,
endorsed,
man.
not paid.
sure. Yeah, I
You
can
know the
use
funny
the
thing,
stable
man.
shirt that you gave me
Yeah,
when
yeah.
I'm
So
saying that.
go,
Yeah,
Gabby.
but
What's
actually, I think that's it. There's really still a lot of education, and I do think that we have to safeguard people, especially those coming in from the things that are not so nice, the scams that
yes.
happened, because in crypto, like almost anything can happen, and that comes with both the good and the bad.
Actually, it's funny that you mentioned that because um, during internal discussions, we say, and this is why I think it will take at least 3 years for people to read, because even like very simple things are too complicated right now for the consumer. The moment you say, what you mean? I need to one, I need to have a wallet, right? I need to. What does it mean to connect a wallet? And what does it mean to? I know it's better now than before, right? But it's still too much for a lot of people. There are still people who don't want KYC. Imagine even in the Philippines, GCash, Paymaya. Some people refuse to upgrade because they actually don't trust KYC. It's like it's okay if it's a bank. They would rather go to the bank where it's done in person than have their face. Who's gonna use my face? I don't know why facial recognition is such a. I mean, we've all done KYC, right? Obviously, we're using our wallets. But to the average person, it's still mind-boggling. And I was saying, yeah, that's true because there are people who are still afraid of ATM or to use the cash deposit thing. They would rather go to the front counter and line up than trust technology. So what more? I was trying to explain, Birdie. Oh, because it's USDC. It's a stable coin. So USDT and USDC are both pegged to the dollar. So just think of them as US dollars, but they're not money. I'm just sharing, okay, my daughter. But it's not money, right? Well, your money is not really money in the sense that if you're using, think about it. Even the bankers say, well, actually, you have access to data. It's not actual money, right? 15,000, 20,000. It's data, but somehow you trust it because it gets converted to cash when you withdraw it from the ATM machine. So that's gonna take a lot. There are people who still refuse to use email. I found out, to my regret, that there are actually insurance agents who have secretaries who handle their email. So imagine Web3. And Gabby's right. It's not just education, it's a real, there will always be people. And what we keep telling is that's why we're doing this in the background. Because nobody cares, right? It's not like a person withdrawing money. I want to understand how an ATM works. No, you just want the money. And that should be the case wherein at some point they don't have to understand Web3, crypto, whatever. And I don't know how long that will take, honestly. That the technology will be um, simple enough, intuitive enough that ordinary people can use it. Because, Gabby, there's no such thing as idiot proof technology. Anyway, Mike, what do you think?
Yes, thank you, Joey. No, and just to piggyback on what Gabby mentioned about the
Hmm.
education, I think it's really true though. There's still a lot of educational gaps. Because right now, especially in the Philippines, everyone can actually buy crypto whenever they want, whenever they can,
Sorry,
because there are now,
anybody
right,
can buy.
right now, in the Philippines, everyone can buy crypto whenever they want,
Yeah,
as
yeah.
long as they have
It's good.
internet
Eh. The
connection.
Philippines is still
Yeah,
one of the best, diba, in terms of,
yes, that is
allowing
correct.
crypto, right?
Mm.
Because,
Everyone can do that, and then we have all these apps now for stables and all the other apps.
hmm,
But on the education side, which crypto can you buy? What are the risks? What games
mm,
can you play? I think
mm-mm,
that's where education comes into play. Because while everything is now accessible, what should we access or what should we buy, what should we play. Those are where initiatives like what YGG is doing is going to take into play. And I think what's happening right now in the Philippines, which I don't think happened before, is the existence of grassroots community initiatives.
Mm.
And you will see this in the road trips that are happening. You can see going to Baguio, for example, and then there's a community there, an entire community going there, families, diba? Families going to a crypto convention or to a crypto conference that I don't think that is something that happens in other countries. So grassroots initiatives, I think it's very important. There are now communities also in other places, not just Manila. Kasi dati, everything is
Mm.
happening, all the events, all the learning sessions are all happening in Manila. But now, may mga initiatives in other
Yes,
places,
I
in
love the
provinces.
regional events, di ba?
Yes, and localized na sila. Like they
Localized.
provide their own local peer-to-peer support.
Yes.
Sila
Ganun
na yung
kasi
ano, sila
dapat
na
eh.
yung mag
Hindi naman Imperial Manila lagi eh. Sorry. Imperial
yes,
Manila.
and they will just ano, parang they work on those things, they work on the problems, they educate each other. And then of course the existence of online platform, which is
Mm.
also important, especially for power plant places here in the country. So
Mm-mm.
yun yung sagot ko on the challenges and the opportunity,
Challenges.
which is yun nga yung mga grassroots initiatives that are happening.
But you're saying na ano, all of you agree na mas lenient, kumbaga, in that sense? Mas sensible yung Philippine approach to crypto? Because I've really been away for 10 months. So hindi ko alam ko noon, yes. I don't know with the new administration, has it still been good? Yung ano, pag ano,
I think so. I think so. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, good. Pero is it still, ano, cash light, not cash free, yung ano ng BSP? Yung kasi dati inaalala, we're not promoting cash free or cashless, but cash light? Or wala
I'm not sure that I don't think they really talk about that.
Ah, yung kasi yung last ko naalala ng ano eh. Sino na ba ngayon ng BSP? Sino na yung bago? Same pa rin na person ba? Yung the one na
No,
lagi.
Joey, I think si Ellie Remolona, if I'm correct with the name, no. I think we have a new governor since last year,
Oo.
June. Mm-mm.
So wala namang problem kasi I remember kasi like 2022, biglang nagbago yung ano, yung tipong nire-require na yung ano. May mga nire-require na additional sila like kuwari si crypto.ph na wallet. Parang tinatanong pa sa'yo ano yung address ng blood. I mean, that was kind of new in 2022 kasi wala namang ganun eh. So parang, kumbaga status quo naman, wala namang nabago. Okay. How about you, Birdie?
Yeah, I mean, I think like overall, there's definitely education is the one big thing that really we need to tackle. If you want to bring, everyday people, yes, it's about making complex things simple, but it's also about explaining the benefit into why, decentralized money, decentralized economy, decentralized tool are better than the alternative that we have today. Also think important and I think like the Philippines is doing the right approach when it comes, like to safeguard, like their people, but a good balance between, like not hampering innovation and making sure that like you can go and build and foster builders to come into your environment. I think that's very important. Like if the Philippines didn't have something like that, we wouldn't be able to be and operate in the Philippines. So like we're very lucky that like the government and regulator have a very open mind for the people that like to do the right things. But it's also like, as Gabby said, it is a landmine. You need to be careful who you trust. Like I was just even today, I was listening to this latest Twitter Meta, the celebrity token. Meta, there was like Kylie Jenner, this like very famous personality out in the US. He had this token launch on Solana that has been like going to 40, 50 million market cap. And then they realized pretty much the day after that they got scammed by the person who was launching the token. So they relaunched a token on Ethereum. And then that other token that people bought and put maybe their life savings into would like cratering 50%. So like, it's really important, like to make sure that like, yes, we give people access to these tools, to, you know, like this wonderful technology, but also like that you do in a way that is educating, number one, what people are buying, and making sure
Oh,
that like they're doing the right financial decision, because otherwise you can really wreck yourself and you need to be careful.
oh, sorry. I just want to share. We're almost 400 live across all platforms. And we're just doing this, well, across all. It's like, not just Twitter, but still. Oh, 1K now. Thank you so much for the support, right? Wow. Across all platforms, 1,000 users are live now listening to this discussion. We are so grateful. Ah, wow. So that's my last question, actually. We can now open the floors because, I know some of you may have questions for the speakers. So if you want to ask, just raise your hand or request to speak. Don't be shy, or you can message it. If you're really shy, because these are, wow. We have a bunch of experts here, and just want to tell you that every week we will have a different topic, different set of experts, different theme, and we are all inviting you to be part of it. So, any questions from the audience? Sige na, tanong kayo. Pagkakataon nyo na. And please, okay, do follow all our speakers. So, kahit ako hindi, si Gabby, Birdie, and Mike, probably follow naman talaga sila. But do please follow them. They took the time. They're all busy people and everything. No? They adjusted their schedule kasi, but just for you guys. Si Sevi. Yes, Sevi. Sige, I'll add you as a speaker para makaano. Sevi Agregado, I believe it's his mom, of course. Do you have a question, Sevi? Sevi's mom. Oh, hi, April.
Happy to see this group. Really quickly, I'm the mother of a child with autism, and we entered this space in March 2021 when the NFT craze was really booming. Obviously, now it's very, very slow. Actually, when we started out, Gabby was one of our first collectors, and we went to a lot of events with Mike Mislos. And so he was there documenting Sevi's journey as pretty much being recognized world's first Filipino kid NFT artist. And I wanted to see what your perception is of NFTs nowadays and what's in store for the future, if it'll still pick up. Because me personally, I think it's still a matter of waiting it out. There are still a lot of communities that are very active, such as those in the Texas community, Solana, and actually some of the others that I'm not very familiar with anymore. And so I wanted to see what your thoughts were.
Hi, April. Yeah, it's good to hear you from you again. And no, I'll answer this now because I think that adoption in crypto really comes in waves depending on what's popular at any given time. I don't think that art has completely gone away, but it's definitely a lot slower now. And NFTs in general are actually a lot slower now because a lot of the kind of fundamental um, things that happen, there's a big layer of speculation around it. And the speculation was in art a few years ago. And right now, speculation is happening on things like meme coins. That's why NFTs and art are getting a little bit neglected. I don't think it will really go away, but yeah, right now it's not really being speculated upon. So the attention of the traders is elsewhere.
Sorry, April. Does that answer your question?
Yes, yes. Thanks so much. Thanks, Gabby.
Okay, no
Thanks,
worries.
Joey.
No worries, April. Anybody else want to ask questions? Ask Bernie some questions. Oh, sorry. Okay, so ask Gabby first because she needs to leave soon. If you can, if you have any questions for Gabby. If not, then if there are no questions, thank you so much. We can end the space. I just like Gabby and everyone. Gabby, if there are no questions, oh wait, there's a request. Who's gonna leave? You wanna add, or just raise your hand. Mm, okay, so I just wanted to give you a chance, all three of you. So let's start with Gabby. What any update, any message you want to share before we end the space? Thank you. Oh, okay. How about you, Mike? Any message you want to share? Any update from Bitpinas that you want to promote?
Okay, yeah, thank you, Joey. Hold on. Ayan. So yeah, thank you, Joey, for having me here. Thank you to Gab and thank you to Bernie for this engaging discussion. And I happy to be here because Bernie actually I think mentioned an announcement that hasn't been published elsewhere. So I will be speaking to you tomorrow about that particular one. So overall, I enjoyed this session with you guys, and yeah, please make sure to follow the people that are here. Follow Joey, Gabby, Bernie. Of course, our website is Bitpinas. We are also on Twitter. You can find it on my profile. So see you guys soon.
Okay, and how about, sorry, any updates, Bernie, for stable or your plans for the Philippines, stuff like that? Any secret you can share with us?
I gave you already lots of alpha, and I think to Michael tomorrow in regards to making sure that we cover every more stuff. Like we can share with the rest.
I see, I see.
Um, yeah, I mean it's been a pleasure being here, Joy. Thank you for having me, Michael. Lovely to see you again. And, thank you again to also the YGG community, like the entire Filipino community. All of you, we're here to serve you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm off to bed now. It's been lovely being here.
Sorry, what's the name of your co-founder? He's Filipino?
No, we have no Filipino
Okay.
co-founders, but we have some
Oh,
Filipino
Carlo.
developers. The best developer in the world.
Whoa, Carlo first? First? Yeah.
The gaming wizards.
Okay, that's awesome. You want to? I know you have this thing. Maybe you could talk about it. You have this promo for new um, stable users, like this.
We don't have it at the moment. Not at the moment.
It's only for Australia.
I think like at the moment there's no promos that are going, but if there once there's promo, we put it in our own
Okay.
in our own like social media, on our FAQs, and on the website.
Okay. So thank you very much. And to all of you who participated in the space, to all of you who are here in the stream, sorry, thank you. And to all of you who participated in this Twitter space, I still refuse to call it X. And to all of you who are in this stream, well, actually, what I'll do so that others, because really, we need to spread the word outside outside Twitter. I'll be honest, I don't even like Twitter. You know, would you be on Twitter if it were for our jobs? So yeah, thank you very much. Good night and see you all. Bye.